So last time, we went through our first liberation rite. Tizo got their freedom. And now we're going to head towards the dissidents? The fate? I don't even remember. But we picked our destination and we're headed off. Next morning, Wolfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Oh, actually, yeah, we were going against the Pyre Hearts, wasn't it? Wolfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. It turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, Rita, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. And huzzah! The Nightwings soar through the skies. After having soared into the sky, the Black Wagon remains aloft somehow. Impossible. Can't believe it. By the Underking! The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple of landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make a way by land or sea toward our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. The Black Wagon can fly! Seek landing near the cairn of Haub. Sail now the skies. Indeed. Now we get to skip basically all the travel from now on. So instead of having to go through the whole world, we can even boost. We can just basically get to our destinations a lot faster. That's what this means. Also, there are fewer and fewer these interim rites along the way. The forbidding cairn of Haub lies below. Not many exiles see fit to cross beyond it. Some fear that listless remains of Shaq's six shoulders shall snatch them up if they attempt to cross. Others simply do not want to pass through the two flagging hands. Few know its true significance as we do, although your adversaries, the Pyre Hearts, should be on their way here now. Soon you shall confront them once again. Indeed. Alright, we should have probably checked the landing sites. You touch down in the heart of Jomur Valley, where first you face the Fate and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now and how they fare. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Pamitha confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. Rookie managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. Ah yes, locations. Oh, yep, we get to talk about the flight with Sir Gilman, of course. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Rita, this knight is very slightly out of sorts, is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamita overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glory murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you. And you handled it better than some of the harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Sir Gilman gained +1 hope for the next rite. Wish him well. Indeed. Apparently we have Wakingwood wisps with us. A keepsake from Black Basin. Well, Pamita isn't really... Pamita is a complex character. I don't think Pamita really has a bone to pick with anyone except Jodariel. And even Jodie, just because, you know, Jodie has a bone to pick with her. So, it's not really that odd to me that Pamita acts nice. Let's explore the shunt. No one seems very much inclined to explore the blistering environs here except for Xei, who is more upbeat even than usual. A sacred bath in mud cleanses the mind. At least, I think it does, but come look. She draws you by the hand toward one of the muddy pits and jumps right in, laughing. At first you are put off, and yet her joy is infectious. Soon you are in better spirits, as is she. You return together to the wagon where you find yourself with time and motivation to pursue your vocations. +2 hope for the next rite for Xei. I guess we're going to have to bring her along. Wish her a pleasant day, indeed. As pleasant as it is in the downside. Mentor, or I think we might need just more general skills. We can max out quickness, I think, at this turn if we want to. You locate a secluded area nearby where you should be able to study the Book of Rites. Oh, we actually have that already done. I think reducing banishment for everyone is a decent pick. I think, like, auras are cool, but I think wisdom is better. You concentrate on the substance of the words and teachings of the Book of Rites, such as you understand them thus far. Inspiration comes to you in a flash. And everyone is a little bit more hopeful now. At dawn, everyone seems to have recovered from the rigors of your maiden voyage across the skies. It is time to return to the cairn of Haub and confront the Pyre Hearts once again. Okay. Let's see if the Pyre Hearts are in as much disarray as they were before. Oh. Hello there. Xei seems to be talking to the Black Wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You are unsure whether to check in with her or leave her be. Let's give her some attention. Though Xei is clearly capable of surviving on her own, you do worry for her, and in this case make an attempt to reach out to her. Oh, hi mister. I don't think I saw you there just now, and so my little brother here and we were just talking for a little while. Well, I was the one doing the talking. Why, my little brother, he's just a wagon wall, so he can't respond. He can't respond, but he can listen, and he listens very well. Now, I'd like to get back to my conversation here with him, if you don't mind, and you're welcome to stay, though, if you like. Okay. Everything's alright, then. Yeah, just keep listening. Decide to take Sei up on her offer and keep listening to her conversation with the wagon wall. Her little brother, as he calls it. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I remember. It's that they always said that there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what. They just said I was moon touched. But so what? So then the scribes, they called me here. They are the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were cruel. They always were so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time, no one that I recall, really, although so much of it back then, I can't tell how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out and let the scribes take care of me, they said. The scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone again, although I think I liked it more, being alone down here, than being alone back there. Everybody's alone down here, and so it makes me feel less alone somehow. Back there, why, I would sometimes see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, but here, there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew they were in the sky above. And I did search for them up there, you know? And then one night I found them. I saw the stars and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad? And maybe are they sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help, I would get closer to the scribes. That way, maybe they could answer all my questions, don't you think? But I am so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. I'm finally not alone. And more importantly, I think sometimes I even feel that way, that I'm not alone. Maybe, as we get closer maybe, I will get to feel that way more often, being here, or being anywhere with you and all my friends. She falls silent, though you were concerned for her at first, you see now, she is at peace. She wanders off, faintly smiling. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. Ah, roster bio updated. So now we know the sentencing for Xei. So the crime that was committed was vagrancy. She failed to meet basic cognitive standards and had no place or family in the Commonwealth. Basically, she was sent here instead of like a mental asylum, because I guess Commonwealth does not have the luxury of mental asylums. And basically, yeah, no motive and 2 years of exile. So yeah, Xei is basically as innocent as it gets. Hey guys, I saw that your little imp pal, he ain't with you anymore, is he okay? I heard that wildest thing that he somehow got out of here, back to the other side, and I'm like, why would an imp want that? Good questions. Yeah, that's basically it. They had no idea what to do with her, so off to the pit. These are good. I don't want to throw these away. And I don't really have anything to buy. I could buy a pinch of stardust, but I don't think that's really going to help. I mean, I could improve this by a little, or this by a little. Let's do it. I mean, that's a little bit more healing. Tell all your friends about us, because I already told mine. Yeah, thanks, Ron. Onwards to the rites. Everything is set up for the rite to commence, and all is quiet amid the rocky pathways at the cairn of Haub. All there is left to do is wait for nightfall to set in. Or, to set it. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth, back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. Yeah, Xei doesn't really have that much of a motive to go back to the Commonwealth. Really. And it might just be that we will not actually send Xei back. Although I will try to optimize... Like, I'm not going to optimize the happiness on this run. Some people have tried to create like guides and stuff to optimize everyone's happiness. But I'm basically worried about the plan more than anything. So if we have a chance of getting someone out of here, then out of here they go. This night is not a night at all. This knight has betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood, if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right, focus on the right, focus on the right. He notices you, finally. Oh, Master Rita, this knight did not see you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honor to restore. Then a glimmering within the sky draws your and his attention. Ah, there we go. Okay, now it's time for us. Okay, they have crappy auras, so that's fine. Endriga might be good here as a pick. And Bielanthius is fine because the Pyre Hearts do not do much damage. Is there anything we might want to replace Endriga with? Technically Lord Gandroth wouldn't be that bad. Because their auras already suck, so they wouldn't really get anything. Extra quickness is really bad. And cunning, yeah, I don't want that. I think I'm going to play the safe game and just go with Endriga, honestly. Actually, never mind. Let's try Gandroth. Because their presence is going to suck anyway, so, well, I mean, it's going to be something now, but I think we can still get around them, because I think Pyre Hearts are only going to be Worm. They're not going to be anything else. Activate at least 4. Uh-oh, it's getting trickier. So it's... Okay, so now it's no longer just 3, it's now 4. This is going to get really tricky, and I bet it's going to, like, on every sequence, it's going to increase. Eventually I will have to have, like, all of these. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is going to get tricky. Well, it has to be Endriga, because the Endriga is, like, the easiest. And after that, it's going to have to be, like, the Archbeast. And we have to do that at the Liberation Rite too.
Reader, ever persevering, aren't we?
So far.
Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew. Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough. Your chosen adversaries here shall be the Pyre Hearts. Reduce their flame to ash, just as you did when last you met.
Oh, I was expecting
Now,
only
who
3
exactly
of those
shall oppose them?
Titan stars. Gilman, still not abandon your new friends like all your other duties and responsibilities. Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This knight is most surprised that you have the courage to even show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You're no knight at all. You're a teensy minnow swimming in the sea of minnows many times your size, and with much more honor too. And then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon it fades. Sir Gilman slinks away. Disgraceful, you Nightwings, you're stupid to have taken that one in. And you are no good at the rights. And another thing. We don't fear you. This knight's companions have grown so much stronger since we dumped that worthless Sir Gilman. You sense Sir Deluge speaks the truth. The Pyre Hearts are more capable than before. Each time you face a triumvirate, they gain talismans and masteries. Do not underestimate them. Yes.
Now we shall get started.
So yeah, every cycle they get stronger, and I get weaker because I need to take more and more of those Titan stars. Okay, so Xei is going to have to be here, but so does Jodariel. Yeah, I know. I'm planning. We need Jody for the Ashen Coal and the defense. I think Xei is a good pick for just, you know, a generic power. The Flame Leech is good. Do we have anything for Xei? We have quickness. We can make use of that. Or actually Righteous Flame, because the quickness is already fairly good. So Righteous Flame plus Xei is a fairly quick, because well, they have like quickness of 27 as well. But I cannot really catch up to them with the Tailwind Crest. So I can hope for tactical plays with relative quickness and some leeching. And we do have to take Gilman here.
Sir Gilman, the choice is cast.
This knight shall not bend to you again, Sir Deluge. Ever. Come on then, Nightwings. Show this knight how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor. In guard.
Now begin.
Okay, they have some sort of a vengeance thing. Okay, you're stuck. Oh, nope. You shan't do that.
Your adversary's pyre is the first to falter. My.
Ah.
Righteous fire. Engulfed within the aura.
Oh, damn it.
Burning flame to ash.
Well, it's fine. There's less of them to deal with now.
Alas for Gilman. Their pyre weakens.
Say's jumps are amazing. Now the most glorious defeat is imminent. This knight can feel it in his bones. Yeah, impressive, isn't it? I didn't even remember that trick, but it's a trick, alright.
Quite the turn of events.
Even the announcer is quite oh no, I didn't jump fast enough. Okay, back. Oh, never mind.
That ought to wake you up.
Oh no,
Your pyre
they snuck in. Well, it's fine, it's still fine, we can totally handle this. Oh, what the?
banished each in turn.
Snuck in.
Worm Knight somehow did it.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure about that myself.
Sinners.
Oh no.
Flames grow weak.
It's still fine, we can still catch them by surprise.
Audacious, aren't we? And it is done. The Night Wings prevail. They proved superior to their adversaries.
Wasn't quite as clean as it could have been.
The right is done.
Curse you, Gilman! You were a fool to abandon us, and now you only twist the dagger in our backs. You still do not seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path toward enlightenment. Your words ring false! You are unfit to lead. Shut up! You know exactly what you are, Gilman. You call this knight a craven, yet your courage is a mere facade. And everybody knows, this knight shall see to it. Sir Gilman does not respond, although you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes. The moon-touched girl has greater understanding than
Yes, scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel that I have grown somehow closer to them, maybe. Oh. Oh, better jumps, that's going to be awesome.
Honor is elusive, O Sir Gilman. Yet
So grateful is this knight for such a glorious occasion. That he is giving strong consideration to performing here and now the forbidden dance of the Sea Dominion. Ooh, infinite stamina. Yeah, no salutes. Salutes are awful. But Avenging Aid is actually decent. We might be able to make use of that.
until the next right.
You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles overcame the Pyre Hearts and find Wolfred waiting for you there. Well done back there, my boy. You're serving your companions well. Now then, I have something that I wish to share with you, if you have a moment. We have discussed the plan, of which we're all a part. I have a means of measuring our progress towards the goal of it. I'd like for you to have a look at it first. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Oh, I read that wrong. Look forth. I expect you shall see several shining stars, where once you saw but one. The scribe's stars beckon. Okay, Trieste, Ores, and Milith. Whatever is in the bog, I probably don't want it. Several shining stars, a trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes. Who can say? I too once gained this newfound vision many years ago following my first liberation rite. I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. I realize that in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we, in turn, influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail. Henceforth, you may use Wolfred's planner to see our current progress. Take a look. Using Wolfred's planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. So basically, this is the way we keep track of everything, including the probability of the success of the plan, the additional exiles required, liberation rites conducted, etc., etc., and of course the standings. Wolfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now or anytime in the Black Wagon or while searching the stars. So basically this allows us to affect whom we are going to have to fight in the liberation rite, so this is actually somewhat important. Beating people in the rites reduces their rank, or their favor in this case, and losing to them increases their favor. So there are a couple of ways we can play this. In this case, the withdrawn are the ones with the highest favor, so meeting them in a rite and beating them might give way to the essence. But if we the question really here is, whom do we want to fight so that we have the highest chance of actually winning a liberation rite? The withdrawn are horrendously difficult, and the essence are not exactly easy either. And both of them technically have the same favor, but I think at this point the withdrawn have a higher chance of actually meeting us in the liberation rites. Hello, Garden. Let's see whom we have as options here. We can go and meet the dissidents. Wouldn't really matter at this point because the dissidents are, they are at the mid pack. So they wouldn't necessarily... They are not necessarily going to actually get us to the actual rights. Then we have the accusers, not exactly high tier either. The withdrawn are at the silver... at the... What the hell is this place? Nest of Trieste. Let's try to beat the withdrawn. The accusers and the dissidents don't really matter, but I want to kick the withdrawn from the running. I was not in any hurry to cross paths with Udmilde again. Turns out she's even worse than I thought, depending on how superstitious you are. He then reveals what he has learned of her and her designs. Which Udmilde, one of the bog dwellers and the head of the withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in legends of Islach the Astralborn than the rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Somehow one day, her research into flammable reagents grew into an obsession with Isla, despite widely held belief that he is dead or never did exist. But Udmilde held that Isla is merely dormant and shall someday be reborn with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then at last could Isla return to his glorious home, and Udmilde would go with him. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Udmilde in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. After all, a sentence to the downside meant being that much closer to Islak's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, where the withdrawn stood ready to assist. I don't know if we can stop whatever she's up to, but prevailing against her in the right should slow her down at least. Anyway, good luck getting to sleep. See you in the morning. Thanks, Hedwyn. Nothing like a good apocalypse to give you nice rest. You bid Hedwyn a restful night in kind. It is too late to take flight, so you expect to press onward come daylight. Ah, Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman is in contemplative mood. He has been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a sullen manner. This night, he knows what he shall do now, when all of this is over, Master Rita. We Worm Knights, we are born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all the other billions of our kind, to lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in the egg sacks to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this knight's kind only to an early doom, or in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood. A life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out, when all this is ended, Master Rita. Thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But until such time, this knight is duty-bound to the Nightwings. This, the fulfillment of our plan, and the pursuit of our freedom, is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterward is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot fully be achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more. I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. Permanent presence. Wish him well. But yeah, now we can actually access Wolfred's planner here at any time. And onwards with our journey. So, Nest of Triesta. Also, this is actually going to mean, if we win, we are probably going to meet the Essence in the rites. In the Liberation rites. Unless we can knock them down a notch. Okay, so 2 places we can go. A Highwind Cove. 8 Scribes. Or Sir Gilman's option of more time for vocations. I think at this point it might be better to just train some of our... Oh! God damn it, accusers! How dare you, you Nightwing scum! You blasted fools, you cannot intimidate the accusers! We shall face you soon enough in a forthcoming rite, but first, We have another pack of fools whom we must vanquish shortly. Until then, stay out of our way. Freaking accusers actually ran into me and then they are blaming me. Let's land at the Black Shore. Your wagon touches down in the Black Basin, where you first met Wilfred and Pamitha as well. You briefly wonder at what might have happened had your paths not crossed as you consider what to do with the remains of your afternoon.